Policing the Highlands is not a job for the faint-hearted.
It's just the scope of the place, the vastness of it.
It's huge. It's absolutely massive.
Police Scotland's Highlands and Islands Division is Britain's biggest beat.
They don't find you, stand still.
People come up here and go missing.
You'll come to no harm.
12,000 square miles of lochs, glens, islands and mountains.
Somebody at home just going through hell.
From protecting endangered species.
Animals don't talk, and there's not many eyewitnesses. We'll get them taken away for forensic testing.
Please what's the address of the emergency?
To answering emergency calls in the UK's wildest places.
Nobody phones the police when they're having a good day. People only phone the police if they're in points of crisis.
Somebody's phoned in to tell us that their window has been hit by a bullet.
It was like an explosion, so loud.
Here, cutting-edge crime fighting works alongside old-school rural policing, tackling 21st century problems that threaten traditional ways of life.
The number of drugs deaths that we have dealt with over the last few years has just been astronomical.
They're machetes. If you see one of them coming at you, you're thinking the worst.
We do police with the consent of our communities.
Absolutely shaking. Just give us a call. Just do 999 because we want to find out who this is.
But we're also very much part of the community.
This is a friend of mine.
Don't say that on camera.
You're one of the locals, but you still have to maintain the law and order.
This series goes inside the UK's most unique police division to find out what it takes to patrol the beat and keep the peace in the most beautiful and challenging places in Britain.
Highlands is the biggest local authority area in Scotland. It covers areas such as Aviemore and Fort William, which are fairly well-known tourist areas. The Isle of Skye forms part of the Highland region as well, which is famous for its landscape and mountains in particular. And we get millions more people visiting than live in the area, and that puts pressure on policing.
Skye's majestic peaks can seem like a landscape out of a fairy tale. Mountaineers come from across the world to tackle them. Sometimes they don't make it back.
The climbs there are amongst some of the toughest in Europe. One wrong foot can end in disaster.
Out on patrol, PCs Ryan and Aileen receive news that a climber has been reported missing. Several hours ago, he texted his partner from the top of a mountain, but he hasn't returned as expected, and she has lost contact with him.
The weather's not particularly favourable for climbing today. There's every possibility he may have got lost up the hill, or he's maybe taking refuge up there somewhere if the conditions are not safe to come back down.
In missing person cases, the police are in overall charge of the search. In the Highlands, they work closely with Mountain Rescue, who have now been alerted.
If there is a mountain rescue incident, then first port of call is to contact the mountain rescue and allow them to assemble a team to come and assist us. Our role at that point is just to find out the crucial information and pass it to them.
The first priority is to work out the climber's likely route.
Mountain Rescue have been contacted from the police station, so they've asked us to check the car parks where it would be kind of commonplace to climb that particular Monroe. If his car's still there, then the likelihood would be that he may well still be up the hill. It is wet and the clouds low, so visibility for him at height wouldn't be great.
The missing climber drives a grey Peugeot. If they can find it, they'll have a better idea of his plan.
Oh, Christ. Okay. 3 Alpha. November Romeo 33 Alpha, close control.
Go ahead.
We're down at the car park at Kilmarie. Can confirm that the vehicle is parked down at Kilmarie, the vehicle that's been reported.
It's parked and unattended. He's obviously still on the hill if his car is there, so it just means that we can let the mountain rescue know. There's a river up there, and if it's in full spate, it's quite difficult to cross. So it's possibly that he's not been able to cross it, but hopefully when we get the mountain rescue team out, they can go up the hills to see if they can locate him.
There's only a few hours of light left, and the weather is closing in. Ryan and Aileen need to meet with Mountain Rescue and launch a search. If the climber is stuck in the hills, he might not survive the night. There's no time to lose.
Right. I bought a house. It's exciting. It's a 3-bedroom house, so it's nice, like...
The capital of the Highlands is Inverness, Britain's most northerly city. Today, PC's Katy and Stephen McIntosh are heading out on patrol.
I'm from Inverness, born and raised. But when you go to a call, you can say, I'm from here, I understand what you're talking about. And sometimes hearing that local accent sometimes helps a wee bit. I think it's important that I'm part of the policing in Inverness, and I'm glad to be able to police my local community.
Any ladies on the scene?
Yes.
Is there? Oh, how fun.
What about you? Anyone on the scene?
Nope.
No?
No one.
A few minutes into the shift, the first call comes in.
There's a disturbance ongoing. It appears that a male is outside his mother's house causing a disturbance, threatening to smash things up. So she's phoned us distressed. Definitely could be a volatile situation. It makes you wonder if he's taken alcohol or drugs. Well, what's made him so angry? We don't know.
In the past year, there were more than 7,000 assaults on police officers in Scotland. The long-term trend shows an increase in incidents.
We always need to be thinking about our own safety. If he is going to be aggressive and he's showing aggression towards us, then just thinking about our distance from him, where his hands are. You know, we've been trained in kind of how to tell when people are getting volatile and, you know, aggressive, and the warning signs.
Unfortunately, the location is on the other side of the city.
Obviously it's rush hour. People don't know how to respond. They don't know whether to go through red lights, even safely, if they can or not. And they kind of start to panic. That seems to be the male.
Two other officers are already dealing with the man.
You come and speak with me and let him speak with the mother. Deal? Well, just wait here. Okay. Thank you. Just wait here.
The complainer wants him to leave, but he's refusing.
I don't want a scene, okay? I've already had 2 999 calls here. I'm not coming back, okay?
Just chill.
Calls, yes. Mate, I'm not arguing with you. Yes, I'm swearing.
Stop swearing.
Can you give me a
Stop swearing.
Swearing. And move away.
Stop swearing.
Don't put your hands to me.
Stop swearing. Just chill.
Chill. You are not.
Chill.
Take your hand off of me.
Chill.
Hand
You need
off.
to,
Back off.
you know, you need to relax.
Right. What have you been drinking today?
I've Jack Daniels
Jack Daniels. Anything else today?
and a couple of beers.
No one's a low risk. You don't know what they may do. So you're always aware of the techniques you're taught. Never to gives someone so much trust and so much leeway. You've always got to keep an eye on who you're speaking to. Don't start swearing at me. Don't swear, don't call me names. You're just constantly looking at someone's mannerisms, how they're acting, if they're clenching their fists, if they're breathing heavily. They do teach you those signs, like danger signs.
Even after repeated warnings, the man's body language gets more aggressive.
You can't be calling my colleagues' names.
Yeah, I'm calling a south. You know what I mean?
If you carry on the way you're going, you're going to get lifted, mate. Don't clench your fists.
Okay, you're under arrest on suspicion of threatening a piece of behaviour, okay?
Don't grab my hand. Don't fight!
I've got his hands.
There we go.
Resist arrest as well. Okay.
Let's go. Don't bother.
I'm not wanting to fight me. I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
You've asked, and I've said
Your
no
phone's coming with us.
Yes, I'm coming.
Thank you.
As the man is taken away, something about him rings a bell with Stephen.
I've met him before, not so long ago, and he, a completely different character. He was really, more relaxed, more chilled. But I think tonight alcohol's played a massive part in it. He's in a bad situation. We don't know the reason for that. So it is important to show people, even if we have arrested them, that we are human. We're not just a uniform. Because, people will attack the uniform. They say, I'm not assaulting you because of who you are, I'm assaulting you because of the uniform, or I'm angry at you because you're the police.
The man will be kept in custody until he sobers up. He'll also be offered help with his drinking. On Skye, a climber is missing in the hills. With night fast approaching, PCs Ryan and Aileen are meeting Skye Mountain Rescue to plan a search.
So this is the mountain rescue base at Sligahan.
A coastguard helicopter is also on its way to assist.
So it's 25 to 8, so it's starting to get dark, and as you can see, the area that they're going to is just over the back there. It looks like it's quite low cloud, and so they just want to get moving as soon as possible, but obviously they have to wait for the helicopter.
The Scottish Mountain Rescue Service has never been busier. In 2021, they attended 660 incidents, including 19 fatalities.
These guys are volunteers, however the work that they undertake is nothing short of exceptional. We rely on them to get to people that we otherwise wouldn't be able to get to.
From speaking to the climber's partner, the police know his background and likely route, crucial information that will help the team plan the search.
We went down to Kilmarie and his car is still parked up there.
They're in camping pods down at Breckish.
Yeah.
He's left at 5 o'clock this morning. She's got a message at 9 o'clock this morning, and he said he's at the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
But now he's phoning all that's going to voicemail, but that could just be as a consequence of where he is.
Yeah.
She's gave a description of his clothing and all that, so it looks as if he's been, at least kind of semi-prepared.
Conditions on the mountain are rapidly getting worse. Time is ticking.
Young Polish man, I think Paris just circulated his picture. He left his pod about 5 o'clock this morning, was it? Yeah. Parked at Kilmarie and was going to climb Skirner Street. He sent pictures to his girlfriend from the summit at 9 o'clock. He said he was on his way back down. And nothing's been heard since. Now, if he'd walked out the way he'd come, he'd have been back in his car, probably 11 o'clock. We've got the helicopter coming from Inverness, so we want 8 of you ready to go in first flight. Okay, any questions?
Oh, it's gone dark, isn't it?
As night falls, one rescue team heads up the mountain on foot. The helicopter will ferry another group up and scan the landscape with a thermal imaging camera.
Paddy, is it?
Paddy, yeah.
Aye, they blow it.
Well, here comes the helicopter now. There it is.
Yep.
The best hope is that the man is stuck near the path and waiting for help.
Obviously, he's potentially up there for the last 11, 12 hours, so.
Look how low the cloud is now, though. It's come right down.
You almost feel like that person's relying on you, and there is quite a bit of pressure at that point. We're wondering if he's injured, if he's hunkered down because the conditions have got the better of him. But our main priority at that point is to ensure that he's safe and well.
The coastguard helicopter is using a camera to scan the hillside, but low cloud is hampering the search. With the weather getting worse, it returns to base and its crew gives an update.
We've searched the path, we've done the bothy, and we've had a look around the other kind of complex, and there's nothing obvious there, no light sources or anything like that.
You didn't see anyone? We obviously didn't see
Nothing.
anyone waving on the side of the hill under the cloud.
Absolutely nothing.
We could see sheep, we could see deer, everything was quite clear picture-wise, but anything higher than like 300 metres.
So that suggests he's either up above the cloud, or else he's come to grief in the burn.
Yeah, there's no light sources.
The vastness of the area, I don't think they can kind of pinpoint exactly where he is. There's multiple routes that he could have tried to take to come back. He could have walked out towards the coast and tried to come back round that way. The search might well go on well into the night.
We're just going to wait for the helicopter to take off, and then we'll head back into retreat and we'll just wait for an update from there. Hopefully they'll have some news soon.
Before the cloud gets any lower, the helicopter is dispatched one more time to search the mountain. If they find nothing, they may have to stand down for the night. A 100 miles southeast on the mainland, Sgt Stephen Cooper is on patrol in the heart of one of Scotland's most forbidding landscapes.
So this is the valley of Glencoe, heading up through the pass and up onto Rannoch eventually. Glencoe is famous for a number of things, but probably most famous for the massacre way back when in the Jacobite uprising. A lot of history. I'm hoping there's definitely not going to be any more massacres, certainly. That would be a good start.
But today, Steve is investigating something that seems to fit the Glen's ominous reputation. Called in by a campervan driver who thinks he might be under attack.
So yeah, we're on route to a call whereby somebody's phoned in to tell us that their window has been hit by what they believe to be a bullet. So we're just going to go and have a look at the damage and see what it looks like and see if we can figure out what's happened.
It's hard to believe that it's a bullet because I've never heard of that happening, and it would be extremely reckless for somebody to be doing something like that to the point where it could have resulted in someone dying. The priority is to figure out as best as we can if there is somebody out there with a gun shooting at cars.
In the Highlands, hunting is big business, and there are more guns here than anywhere else in the country.
Given the area is a forest, it's probably got deer in it, so there will be some shooting of deer in that area when it's in season. So it's possible, but I would suggest that anyone that was competent and suitable to be taking a shot like that wouldn't be taking it towards the main trunk road. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say in 7 years of being here, this is a first.
The caller has parked up in a campsite for the night. Recently, there's been an increase in the number of campervans visiting Glencoe. They aren't always popular with the locals.
How are we doing? That's it, yeah.
The impact was here. It looks like a 2-2. Yeah, it's just behind there.
Has it gone in? Inside,
It must have deflected off.
Yeah. Do you know much about shooting?
Yeah, years ago I haven't fired a gun in many years.
You have fired a gun, so?
Yeah. But the explosion, it was like an explosion. It was so loud. We're just lucky the glass is reinforced. But shards of it hit me on the other side of the cab.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it went everywhere.
Looking at the hole that's been created by whatever's hit the campervan, it's hard to tell what it is that's actually hit it. It's a hole that could be consistent with a bullet. It could also be consistent with a stone or any number of items.
I don't know, it could have come in that way, but it would have been tight, eh? It's not going to have come in...
But there was no exposure to the road here.
No.
We were very close.
So I was thinking when I was coming here, I'm not going to lie to you, that it was probably going to be a stone, but the more I'm looking at it now, it's less likely.
I'm thinking it's less likely to be an active shooter type situation like you would get with terrorists or whatever. It's more likely to be somebody that's out shooting and missed. The only thing that would sway me either way is the reporter saying that they've got knowledge of a gun and knowledge of how it fires and believes he has heard a gunshot.
Okay. I'm just going into your previous experience of shooting. You have shot rifles in the past.
Yeah, I shot rifles years ago.
Yeah. And have you ever heard one of these windows shatter before and smash? So you've never experienced that before?
Never.
Only reason I'm saying it is because they do get a big bang when they shatter as well. But the fact that you know what a gunshot sounds like, you can explain it multiple different ways, but if you've heard a bang that sounds like a gunshot to you, then that's what you've heard. Yeah. So there was no other vehicle in front of you.
Or behind.
And you've not seen anyone anywhere nearby?
No. No, my eyes were on the road anyway. I wasn't looking to the trees.
They've clearly been shaken by the whole incident. Which, like, I think even if it had just been a window smashed by a stone, you'd be slightly shaken. But if you believe it's a bullet that's hit your car, that's going to shake you up.
Have a good holiday, guys. All right. I can't quite decide what to make of that, to be honest. I think it could be a bullet. My thoughts are that if it was a bullet, it would have gone right through. Because of where it's hit, it might have been prevented from going through by the frame of the door.
This incident is difficult. The reporter's saying he was the only car on the road. There was no cars in front, behind, or coming towards him. It's happened in an area where there is no houses. There's no businesses, there's no CCTV. So lines of inquiry are very, very small.
It's not the introduction to the Highlands that we want, really. Who's being shot at is not sort of what we pride ourselves on. It's usually a friendly Highland welcome.
It's going to be difficult for us to solve this one.
In Inverness, Katy and Stephen are still on patrol. They've been called to the city centre to provide urgent backup.
There they are.
It's another situation where officers' safety could be at risk. A man has been abusing police and spitting at them.
Has he been spitting? Yeah. Right.
You're corrupt. Right, up you go. You're corrupt. If I want to fight that,
Sometimes, obviously, when you're dealing with someone who's under the influence of alcohol, they can be difficult. There's no two ways about it. But it's not for me to judge these people.
Trying to calm him, Katy explains he's not been charged yet.
You're only arrested just now on suspicion, but if you bite us or spit at us, right, well, don't be making threats then. Right, let's go. He's not been searched. Do I just...
Why are you taking me like a mug?
Hey, calm down.
Why are you taking me across like a mug?
Can you get... Okay. Right, you need to calm down. You're only arrested on... Right. Right. Stop it. It's not going to change anything. You need to calm down.
Just walking us out if there's another stuff to go. Okay. Cheers, guys.
On the short drive to the station, Stephen sits in the back to monitor the man's condition.
So he was arrested, not officially accused, but because he's spitting and threatening and whatever else, he's now arrested, officially accused for resisting arrest. A lot of drunk people are like that. They don't want to get in, so they try and prevent themselves getting in. Sometimes they do hit their heads because I don't know why, but they seem to think that'll make a difference. But depending how hard they're hitting, obviously we might try and prevent, but see us going in there just now, that's really putting us in a lot of danger, you know, if it's one-to-one. But that's why Stephen's in the back, he's just keeping an eye on him. I'm just trying to be like smooth driving because he is unbalanced because he's intoxicated and obviously his hands are behind his back. I don't want to be the cause of him hurting himself further. So there's a lot of things to think about, to be honest.
Despite Katie's careful driving, the man has become even more agitated.
Why are you spitting at me? Why are you spitting at me? Don't be spitting at us. Right.
What are you on about?
You need to calm down. He's going to go into what we call an anti-harm suit because he's so up and down in his behaviour. You know, sometimes you saw him being quite calm and then he was really volatile and stuff and obviously trying to hit his own head. So he's going in an anti-harm suit which potentially, well, it tries to prevent them hurting themselves further. All I was trying to do, all my other colleagues were trying to do is just keep him calm and get him to answer the questions so that we can keep him safe. Now I have to go clean the van because he has spat all over the inside of, well, the cage. We don't know if he carries anything and, you know, and just in case anyone else is going to be in the cage now. So yeah, I've got the lovely job of cleaning it now.
Back on Skye, police and mountain rescue are waiting for news. It's pitch black, but the coastguard helicopter is still searching below the cloud line. Just before 9 p.m, it spots something.
Visual, go. Yep, he's waving on the news. I have control. 11:30. Okay, we don't. Visual.
The hiker has been found.
Good. All right. Nice work, guys. Okay, it's all like an ARV.
He had fallen and broken his leg at a spot with no phone signal. He'll now be rushed to hospital by helicopter.
Doors. And polycom. Okay, first loads, we're all happy with his position? Yes.
The thing that's important for people to remember is that on this occasion, the gentleman that we've assisted is a fairly experienced climber. He knew how to get up and down the hill, but even he, with his level of experience, has fallen foul of the conditions.
The Highland police are there to help visitors when they get into difficulty, but protecting local communities from crime is also a priority. Today in Inverness, detectives are preparing to raid a suspected drug dealer and cannabis grower. Most of the team are undercover, so can't be identified.
We'll be parking up at that row of houses on the right-hand side there, because that will essentially provide us with an opportunity to shield our vehicles from sight of the subject's address. There's no suggestion that there's any animals within the property or any children within the property. It's up a flight of stairs and essentially his property is along the top of the dwelling house.
We have all the issues here, all the complications of modern life, all the social problems. They are in the Highlands and Island area, and that's a large part of our job is tackling that.
The team includes officers trained to force entry. Today's target is in Dingwall, a 30-minute drive north. A male is named on the warrant as a suspect.
These warrants come about in respect of inquiries that we carry out ourselves, particularly with our unit, local organised crime team, and also with the help of members of the community that are reporting issues in the community. He does appear to feature quite intensively on our radar as a local dealer profiting in the area. Obviously, his neighbours and people in the general community will have some form of idea of the level that he's operating at, and it's a good news story for them to see us executing a warrant at his address to show that we actually care what's going on in the community.
The majority of the drugs are imported into the Highland and Islands area as opposed to being manufactured here. What we have found on a number of occasions in the past is that cannabis cultivations have been grown in this area. Drugs have a wide reach into all the communities now, even those that are much more remote and rural. Our role here is to minimise the opportunity for drugs to reach into these communities.
Got 4 vehicles in convoy.
With all cars now converging on the address, the officers stay in close communication via radio.
My vehicle will park outside the address, and the 3 vehicles behind us will park at the row of houses just as you're coming in, so they will be shielded from any view from the property. Approximately 1 minute away from you.
Yeah,
The team will take the suspect in for questioning and search the property for evidence of cannabis cultivation and drug dealing. A 100,000 people live in the Inverness area. The population of the Highlands as a whole is 500,000. Much of it scattered across picturesque places that attract millions of visitors each year. Communities where crime is low and a different approach to policing is required.
People will want to come and work here because actually they want that sense of community, but it needs somebody who is prepared to invest in that lifestyle. So people will always, on or off duty, they always know you as a police officer. So that does take a very strong individual, a very resilient individual, and a very committed and passionate individual for being a police officer.
One of the most remote stations in the division is here in Ardnamurchan, on Scotland's west coast, where you'll find PC Joan MacIver.
So we're stationed and based here in Struntain, which is almost in the middle. It's fairly central. We cover out to Culhone, which is the most westerly point of mainland Scotland, and then in the other direction over to Fort William. A majority of what you're seeing there is my beat area. There's 2 of us. Myself and my co-worker work opposite shifts. It's a large geographical area, but the population isn't massive, and we are lucky that we have a low crime rate because it's rural. It's a privilege to work here, absolutely. You know, you've got to take pride in your beat area and care about what's going on. It's still a lot of old school community policing. That's the dream for me.
Today, like most days, Joan is the only cop on shift. Covering this huge beat by herself can be a challenge.
I try not to spend too much time in the station at all. For me, getting out and patrolling is really important. I wanted the job in Struntian for many years, but the timing was never right, and then I feel like I've won the lottery. Well, one, the scenery is amazing, but the main thing is the communities. The people over here are just so lovely. It's just a wonderful place to work.
The quickest way into Joan's patch is by ferry, across Loch Linnhe. The boat is busy with tourists. Joan is going to check everything is running smoothly.
The majority of the traffic at this time of day looks like it's visitors to the area. Some of them panicking as well when they're driving onto ferries. But the ferry crew are very good at dealing with them. This is a good opportunity for me, seeing who's all coming over to my beat area. We've got a low crime rate over in Ardnamurchan, and I think when travelling criminals know that we spend a lot of time here checking who's coming and going, it's a good deterrent for them, you know. Where are you heading for?
Then an urgent call comes in.
Go ahead.
We've got a tree that's down there, but it's pulled down an electricity pylon. It's across the Park Road there, halfway between Drimnin and Loch Allen.
We're going to have to just go to that. Yeah, received. I'm on my way from Glenborodale, so probably be about an hour before I get there.
This fallen tree is 40 miles away, at the other end of Joan's beat. But if there's a live cable lying on the road, it could be lethal.
Are you ready to hold on?
Looking at it on a map doesn't do it justice, so you really need to drive the ground. You really need to walk the walk. You have to be out there and see the terrain and see the distances that are involved.
The roads a lot of them are single track, they're windy roads. I'll be honest, the first time I got a call to Culhone, which is particularly a challenging drive, I got car sick and I was driving. I didn't see that bump. That wasn't in the driver training manual.
When Joan arrives, the road seems to have been cleared.
That's good. The roads department look like they've got there before us. Control from 12 Romeo. Yeah, I think the road's been cleared. Can you possibly phone and just double check that's the case? Yeah, I'm not seeing any electricity line down in the road. Yeah, the road's passable. The tree's been cleared.
But the issue of the cable still needs to be resolved.
Yeah, it's definitely a cable down.
It can't be left potentially unsafe.
I don't know where the wire is though. I can't see any wires as such over the road, but it's possibly all in with the chopped up tree at the side of the road.
While Joan waits for the power company to get in touch, there's one crucial job she is fully equipped to tackle.
Part 1 of broom and part 2 of broom. This is my new broom as well. It's not a very glamorous job, is it? Working in the rural beats. They don't teach you this at the police college.
Road swept. Control calls to confirm Joan can leave the scene.
I don't go anywhere without my broom. It's always in the back of the car, ready to go. People might be surprised, they might not realise that we do that, but I'm happy to turn my hand to anything, and as long as it's keeping the road clear and safe, then it's all good.
Many of the Highlands' 10,000 miles of roads are single track, like this one, and there's not a single mile of motorway. So being a traffic cop here is a unique challenge. The Highland Roads Police are based in Dingwall, north of Inverness. Today, officers Ian Nicholson and Mark Campbell are off out in patrol to the Isle of Skye, 100 miles to the west.
We cover the whole Highlands and Islands, which is a large area. So there's times that we could be travelling 2 hours or more just to go and do our duties.
We are heading west now from Ardnamurchan. We're probably another 40 minutes or so from Isle of Skye, which is where the Skye Bridge is. We'll just kind of deal with things as we see them. We're generally looking at each vehicle that passes us to see what the driver's doing or something. It almost becomes second nature.
On to Skye we go.
Yeah.
It's called the Misty Isle, did you know that? Highland Cops, Misty Isle.
For centuries, Skye was only accessible by boat. In 1995, the Skye Bridge opened, bringing an increase in visitor traffic and placing extra pressure on the road network and the police.
Obviously, it sounded good for the economy. They're bringing money into the place. However, the negatives are the conditions of the roads. They're not suitable for the influx, the vast influx of vehicles on these roads. There is an increase in road traffic offences, speeding, collisions, foreign drivers driving on these unfamiliar roads and having crashes, and we have to deal with them.
It isn't long before the system flags a problem with a car in front.
Possible MOT in July.
Some of our vehicles have got automatic number plate recognition fitted into the vehicle, so they'll be reading number plates as we pass the other vehicles, and that will alert us to certain offences, such as no insurance, no MOT.
No, confirmed.
A comment about going round and killing.
So this vehicle in front of us is showing us no MOT. Try and pull him over and see what they're saying about that.
Oh, that's it.
Turn left, turn left.
God,
there we go. Oh, that's blocking the whole junction.
Okay, we've stopped you tonight because our systems are showing that you don't have an MOT on the car, eh? Okay. It's probably just an oversight that's been missed, but we obviously...
I just had my tax done last month,
okay,
and I had to show my MOT for that.
Well, it was expired in July, which means it's obviously not had a test since July of 2020.
Okay.
So we'll charge you with driving without an MOT. We're not going to park you up, but we need to get an MOT arranged as soon as possible. You can obviously maybe try and get it done while you're up here on holiday. Should we be bagging for?
Yeah, so this is
I couldn't smell anything, I had my mask on, but there's other indicators that made us a little bit suspicious. The reddening of his eyes and things. And are you happy to give us a breath test today? And have you had anything the last 20 minutes alcohol-wise? No problem at all.
In Scotland, the drink-drive limit is lower than other parts of the UK. 22 micrograms compared to 35, more in line with many European countries.
In context, it's probably half a pint, and it might put you over.
Take a deep breath and then a long and steady blow. You don't need to blow very hard, just long and steady, okay? Keep going like that. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's you, well done. You grab the tube off the end for me and dispose of it as you see fit. Okay, you've obviously had something to drink today.
Well,
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll show you this. The legal limit in Scotland is 22. You've given a reading of 23, okay? So we have to take you to a police station, okay, for a further sample. Time now, 17:45, okay, so you're now under arrest for drink driving, so I arrest you for that offence. Not obliged to say anything in response to your arrest, but anything you do say I'll write down and maybe use as evidence.
People have to realise you can't really drink at all when you're driving there, because it will show up.
You mark us out of service, please. We've got one male arrested for a drink drive offence.
For the driver to be charged, his result must be confirmed by a machine at the police station, which means a drive back across the bridge to Isle of Skye on the mainland.
It's going to be quite a long blower. Take a nice deep breath, completely fill your lungs entirely. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Keep going. Can't be far off now. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Well done. Good effort. Good effort. Well done indeed. Specimen 1, 22, specimen 2, 22.
The driver's alcohol levels are right at the legal limit.
Very lucky. I know you're saying you maybe only had one beer, but advice obviously is that you don't have anything at all.
I think that bringing the limit down has saved lives on our roads. I think it has got the message out to folk in Scotland that you cannot drink and drive.
In Dingwall, police have raided a flat, acting on information that the resident has been dealing drugs and possibly growing cannabis. The suspect has been arrested. Now officers need to search the property and seize any evidence.
Just looks like a normal bed frame, but lift it off. There's obviously a wee secret hidey hole there, a wee container. There's nothing in it at this time, but that's the sort of length of detail that we've got to go to ensure we're happy that the house is fully searched. It's common to have hidey holes, yeah, but just need to go and make sure you check there's nothing loose or nothing looks out of place or is kind of maybe a bit looking that forward, looking untoward.
And as officers go room to room, evidence of cannabis cultivation mounts up.
It's basically a carbon filter for when you're growing cannabis. Can neutralise the smell without extracting it into the air outside. There's certainly evidence within the house of cannabis cultivating equipment or stuff that we would associate with growing cannabis, albeit there's no cannabis plants or seeds recovered at this time, but search is still ongoing.
With the flat turned over, there's one more place to search: the attic.
We have the remnants of what appears to be potentially a previous cannabis cultivation within the property. It's certainly indicative of what you would look to find. An electric fan on a timer system. We've got a tub here of soil. We've got another large fan there, some chemicals for organic botanical activator. The same type of chemicals you would expect to see at a grow.
And there's one more clue that cannabis may have been grown here: a tent which could have covered the plants.
It will encompass the size of the clear floor space behind you. So that'll give you a kind of indication of the size of the tent involved.
The evidence suggests a fairly large operation, perhaps too large to avoid arousing suspicion.
It's going to be pretty pungent in here if there is a growing operation. So they'll be looking to limit as best as possible the smell and vapour.
this has turned into a big job. The evidence, including a large sum of cash, will be seized for presentation at any future trial.
Very roughly, maybe about 1,600 pounds. Yeah, so that'll need to be clarified.
This is a success for the Inverness team, showing the community they take the drug problem seriously. Whether drugs are produced here or brought in from outside, local dealers are a key link in the chain. If one more is prosecuted, it's a win. As night falls, traffic cops Mark and Ian are still on patrol. They've stopped another driver.
We've come to stop this chap here, just going a wee bit fast through Kyle, and then he's sort of attempted to make off on us, and he's gone around the back of his house. Eventually come back. We've detained him for a drug search, recovered some suspected drugs.
When we pull over someone for something as basic as speeding, yeah, there is occasions where it might develop into something else, such as, you know, a drug search. It doesn't really change my thought process as how I'm going to deal with them. I'll speak to them calmly and then lead to the point of if they're having to be under arrest.
Mobile drink drive tests have been used by police for decades. Since 2019, roadside drug tests have also become routine in Scotland.
So in terms of Section 6 of the Road Traffic Act 1988, I require you to provide me a specimen of breath and saliva for a preliminary drink and drug test. My reason being is obviously your speed coming up the hill and also then the smell of cannabis from in the car.
The procedure for a drug test at the roadside, it's the same as a breath screening test. So if we suspect the driver is under the influence of drugs, then we can require them for a specimen of saliva.
So if you swirl your tongue around inside your mouth a couple of times for me, just to generate some saliva. Open your mouth wide, get you to generate a couple more, but we'll see how this goes. This tests for cannabis and cocaine.
The drug test gives a result in minutes.
Right, look at this. Okay, so like I say, it tests for cannabis and cocaine, all right? So you've got TL and CL there. Now CL means control line. That means the test is valid, so a red line will appear. TL means trace line. If there's another line underneath that, that means you're over the drug limit for that. So it means you've got cocaine in your system, and you've also got the cannabis. So at the moment, I arrest you for drug driving, all right?
But the roadside test needs to be verified by a blood sample sent to a lab, which could take some time. Until the results are in, this driver won't be prosecuted, but will be escorted back to the station tonight.
You're intoxicated. My message is just do not get behind the wheel.
Back on the mainland, Joan gets a call.
Yeah, I was wondering if you'd be able to assist. We've had the report of a large boulder on the road on the A82.
She's in Fort William, but this job will take her back out into the wilds.
The waterfalls in Glencoe. Would you be able to attempt, or?
Control from 1-2 Romeo, I can go to that single crude.
Police have been alerted to rocks strewn across the main road through Glencoe. On this dark and rainy night, they could be dangerous.
Just hoping that there's not a landslide and that it is just a couple of large boulders. So it's just a matter of us getting there and making sure signs are out, the road's safe.
Although it's only 20 miles from Fort William, Glencoe is one of the wildest places in Britain. As Joan heads into the glen, the weather and visibility is going from bad to worse.
I'm glad I've got my waterproof jacket with me. And it's obviously pitch black out here. There's no street lighting and all the lights are on maximum. And you can see it's still a bit challenging to to see exactly. I'm thinking it's round about here somewhere. Oh, there we are.
The situation is less serious than Joan feared.
I think I might even manage this myself. I'm just going to put a sign out first and then I'll come back and see what we can do.
With traffic warned of the obstruction, it's time for Joan's most valuable piece of kit to come into its own.
Good old broom. Use this more than you realise. They're jaggy, they would puncture through your tyre.
Job done.
Oh. Yeah, that's the road passable with care. I've put signs out. It is pretty wild out there, to be honest. Even by MacIver standards, that is some rain. Certainly wakes you up. In the middle of nowhere, in the pitch dark, it doesn't bother me being by myself at all. I quite enjoy it.
Next time on Highland Cops, Scotland's shinty champions bring the cup home with a police escort.
What would you like? Do you want a light? Do you want a firearm? Do you want both?
A community officer battles drug dealers in Inverness.
Where have you been? They're round there every night, dealing.
They're using this to prepare the drugs on and then snorting it or preparing for injection here.
And on Skye, a royal visit at the height of the tourist season puts the pressure on the local police.
The visit itself is kept quiet. Word gets out, there's no secrets in Skye.